A very good morning. Welcome to U24. This is fresh and clean for you. 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. on GoTV, free to air, Airtel TV, your TV. My name is MC Emma, the Crown Prince MC as usual. And you may be wondering why I'm alone today. The thing is, Shiba is not around. Shiba is sick. DJ Ashley is sick. But I brought a beautiful face for you guys. A very beautiful face. Man, introduce yourself. The laughter, just for the laughter.
No, I'm actually laughing because you say the beautiful face. So I'm wondering, everyone is like, the beautiful face. Let's wait and see, and they'll be shocked. Anyway, my name is Jane Mary. You look so...
Let's stop there.
Okay.
Let's stop there. You look perfect. You look perfect. And how has been your week?
My week has been fine. Yeah, I should say it has been fine. We're trying to look for ways we're going to, please our... Valentine's is soon, eh?
Valentine.
So we are looking, Valentine's.
And I'm going to sing for you. Valentine is coming. Where is your boyfriend?
And he's there. That's why I'm like up and down, trying to see how I'm going to.
For my week has been a very bad one because Shiba is sick, DJ Ashley is sick, Gamba.
So
I'm also sick because they're also part of me.
Don't worry, you're going to get fine.
I'm going to get fine.
Because I'm here with you.
Alright. Okay. Guys, for the topic today, we are going to talk about epilepsy in Uganda. For those who don't know epilepsy, that's Ensimbu. Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, in the layman's language, it's majorly known as Ensimbu because when you talk about epilepsy, everyone gets lost. Like, okay, what's that? Is this a new version of corona or no? It's a mental condition that has been living within us for years and years and years. Yes, even I think before HIV/AIDS came into the picture. Okay.
Yeah, we're going to know, is it spread? Is it a natural born disease? What causes it? How can it be stopped?
How can you prevent yourself from getting it?
The treatment and everything.
Exactly.
But they should just stay tuned.
Just stay tuned. Definitely. If you want to get to know the details, there is nowhere else you should go.
Epilepsy for you. We are coming back with the topic. Before we left, we are still talking about epilepsy, and we told you that we're going to bring you someone who's going to tell you more about it. Do you know its cause? Is it a natural disease? As some people call it Mbuchichichi. Ensimbu, Mbodogo, Mbomizimu. But we have a doctor with us. He's going to introduce himself to you guys, the viewers out there, and to tell you more about epilepsy. A very good morning.
A very good morning to you. How are you?
I'm fine. The viewers out there want to know who you are, what you do, and
okay. Hello viewers. Hello viewers. Hello everyone out there. My name is Saula Abu Sufyan. I'm a nutrition therapist by profession, though I do a lot of things. I am the founder and the chief executive officer of an organization called Epilepsy Fraternity Uganda. I do a lot of things besides all that. And I also have a program called Heart and Soul Program that basically reaches out to young mothers, struggling teenagers and the sort. All that put aside, I focused on epilepsy because it's the most ignored condition. We've put so much concern about cancer, so much concern about HIV and AIDS, but we've forgotten a century condition that has been with us for centuries and centuries, which is epilepsy. And for the fact that it embarks on over 2.5 million Ugandans, it is shocking that it doesn't have a lot of advocacy and awareness. So that's why we came out and decided to
2.5 million Ugandans. Wow. Am I lucky? Do you have epilepsy?
Not really, but we should really feel for the ones that actually suffer from epilepsy.
Yeah, but before we go any further, someone out there wants to know what epilepsy is. Like, you're a doctor. What is epilepsy?
Yes, you've asked someone a very good question. You've asked her if she has epilepsy, and this is what I'll give her as an answer. Every individual in the world has 1% of getting epilepsy in your life. Okay. There is a certain musician who has just died, I think, died on Sunday. I don't know his name, I forget his name so many times. But he got a seizure on Sunday night around 1 a.m. in the morning, and he died of epilepsy. He didn't know that, maybe he didn't know if he had epilepsy or he knew, but of course, you see, he also got a seizure and died of a seizure. So everyone medically in the world, me and you and everyone around, even the ones who are watching us, everyone has 1% chance of getting epilepsy. But you have to understand, how should I register myself from getting epilepsy? For instance, before I tell you what epilepsy is, one of the basics of how we get epilepsy, not through the process of childhood, is taking a lot of alcohol, is taking uncooked or half-cooked pork. Those are also causes of epilepsy. But you see, they're not hereditary or anything like that. There is accidents that occur on the head, basically. Those who get accidents, border riders, and hit their heads on pavements, they end up getting epilepsy at a certain time. Okay. So epilepsy can get you at any time. You
talked about half-cooked pork. Is it only half-cooked pork?
Not only, but pork has been cited out as one of the causes that brings epilepsy. So it is either uncooked. Of course, even if it's cooked, but you eat in excess. The people eat pork almost every day, and it's a routine. So you can at any time evolve epilepsy. You never know. Yeah. But now epilepsy is a condition that actually is symptomized by concurrent seizures. Where someone gets seizures, for instance, you get a seizure today and tomorrow and the next day, but it doesn't have a crucial cause. You can get a seizure when you have malaria, and we can tell that is a malaria seizure. Yeah. But a seizure that has just come without any provocative. You're not sick, you don't have fever, you're
just walking on the road,
and then you get a seizure. Yeah. So if we have concurrent seizures 2 times, or today and tomorrow and the next day, then we advise that person to go and get a checkup. And the best place to get a checkup is Butabika, because they have what we call the ECG scan. People are scared of Butabika because they think there are only mad people there. Yeah. But Butabika is a place that caters for mental health, and epilepsy is mental health. How much people have so many concerns about it.
People do fear Butabika. I myself fear Butabika. If someone tells me that Butabika, I know that someone has a mental disorder.
Everyone does. Everyone fears, of course.
Okay, another thing, you've been talking about seizures, right? Someone out there may wonder, okay, so what are seizures? What could seizures be?
Well, seizures, let me make it a bit closer to layman's language. You know, once you walk, let's for instance say you touch a wire that has electricity, it shocks you, and then you get scared or something. So a seizure happens when not enough oxygen reaches the brain. So the body tries to provide a lot of energy to push the oxygen to the brain. That's why someone gets a seizure. So a seizure is just specifically a shaking. Most people get saliva out when they're having seizures. Yeah. Others bite the tongue. And then what they do is to put a spoon in their tongue, which is actually very wrong. It's very false. It can even lead to death. So basically that is how a seizure happens.
Like about the spoon thing, because I've seen a lot of people do it. How can it lead to death? Like, explain more, because most of people do it by You see, like I've said, that the body is trying to look for energy to push oxygen. Yeah. So at that moment someone is very strong, so they can bite their tongue, they can suffocate when you put something that refuses them to breathe, because the body is struggling to get energy to push to the brain, and then you're also putting a spoon inside, so it's blocking an airway, and someone is not going to breathe, and then they'll suffocate and die, or they'll bite their tongue. But people have theories why they do put the spoon there, because most people, like let me say grandparents, always do that. Yes, they have, and there's this illness, I don't know if it's also epilepsy, but somehow like it occurs in young girls and boys. You find that he or she is playing, then suddenly falls down, doesn't have any shaking, but falls down and collapses for some time, then comes back. Is that also epilepsy? Well, collapsing. Yeah, like in the local language they call it over a year or something like that. Yeah. Epilepsy is shaking. Some people have only shake hands. That's epilepsy that only attacks the hands. Someone is sitting down there, and then over a sudden the hands start shaking. There's epilepsy that attacks only the upper body, when someone can sit down here and then starts shaking for over 5 minutes. So if you collapse... I'm sorry for cutting you short, but then I also heard that there is a certain kind of epilepsy that happens whereby someone suddenly just stares, like in the space, like stares, and then after a few seconds they get back to normal.
and it's like nothing has happened. Yeah, so how can you tell that, okay, now this person has stared? Because I personally can just decide to stare. Like I'm staring at something and then someone was like, that person is suffering from epilepsy. Yeah, that's if someone knows it.
But now you see that epilepsy is very uncommon. It's like you see what was called idiopathic epilepsy. One of the most common epilepsies, because that idiopathic epilepsy is very hereditary, in that if you are a mother of a child, the child might suffer from it from you. Can get it from you. So the only possible way to know that this person has epilepsy is going to hospital and get a checkup. Because like I said, you can even get a seizure when you have malaria, or a seizure out of hunger. You haven't taken water the whole day, then you fall down and start shaking. That is possible. So the only best way to go and understand that this is epilepsy is to go to hospital. And that is the biggest problem we have. Very many parents in the outskirts of Kampala, and even in the village, even Kampala inside here, they only get to know that he is having seizures, my son is having seizures. They start putting them on things that don't even consent. You don't even know that it's exactly. You don't even know that it's epilepsy.
And sometimes it has witchcraft.
And you know, so it's not that you're treating epilepsy. You might be treating something else, because we have migraines that cause seizures.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a lot of conditions that cause seizures. So you have to understand that, is this a seizure for epilepsy or a seizure for something else? And the only place you can get to know that is the hospital.
Okay, so when someone gets a seizure, how long does it last? Like, how long does the seizure take? Yeah.
That's a very good question. An epilepsy seizure doesn't have to exceed 5 minutes. If it does, then it is not either epilepsy or it has gotten to an extra point.
So it has to be.
It does 5 minutes below. It doesn't have to exceed that time.
And still about that, how fatal is it? Because you have said 2.5 million Ugandans have it.
Mm-hmm.
So how fatal is it?
Well, we have what you call that, I think the STPs. There's a big number of people having epilepsy that die due to epilepsy. But not because they have epilepsy, but because they got a seizure maybe when they're swimming and they drown, or they got a seizure when they're in bed and the pillow suffocated them, or they were driving and got an accident, or they were doing this and got an accident. But epilepsy isn't like HIV, that it reduces your lifespan. And no, otherwise it is what happens when you have seizures that causes the death.
Okay.
Some of them actually suffer from depression and they end up killing themselves because they have stigma, they have discrimination. And as an organization, what we look at is removing the stigma and the discrimination, because that is the only thing we can do.
So still about the disease, is the disease, like, does it have a cure? And if it does not have a cure, is it guaranteed that someone who has epilepsy will not survive up to those old ages, the 70 years, the 100 years?
Well, I have seen very many people that have epilepsy that are grown-ups.
Yeah.
Others are even common figures, but I don't have the pressure to say them.
Yeah.
But as a person, I have a personal experience. I have a sister who has epilepsy. But this sister of mine, she has a kid now. She's worked with the bank. She's very fine. Yeah. But it is only because she has been on medication all her lifetime. And that is what has helped her to actually proceed with life. So when someone gets medication, they can live as long as they can. As long as God planned for them, they can live.
Speaking about medication, we have seen a lot of mental illnesses, like the medication is too expensive.
Yes.
And we have friends and brothers in like remote areas that can't access the medication. How can you assure them that they can get medication even if it's cheap or expensive?
Well, the government has done something about that, because like I tell you, we have 2.5 plus millions with epilepsy. And we have almost very many health centers in every place. So the government has, because in Butabika actually, medication for epilepsy is totally free. Totally free.
Like medication?
Totally free. So it means the government has done something. The only thing as a problem we're facing is the ignorance that is far-fetched with the people that we are living with. Because every health center, sometimes the government fails to reach to every health center with medication. But yes, epilepsy medicine is expensive. However, they need to first use this one that the government has provided.
The free one.
The few that is around. That's why we came out to try to speak and tell the people that yes, epilepsy is a sickness, but there is medication for it. And epilepsy doesn't go away forever. It is a condition that will last with you forever. But you will not have someone else get it when you live with them. When a man marries a woman with epilepsy, he will not get epilepsy.
When he or she is on medication?
Yes, even if she isn't.
Okay.
There isn't any way that you will get epilepsy. It's not like HIV. It's not contagious. It's not. It is just a condition that someone. It's like when you have, let's say, cancer. You can't give me cancer. It is yours. It's not mine.
Right. Yeah.
But you can give your kid cancer. If you have cancer, then you get you
Genetic, right?
But for epilepsy, because it's a mental condition, genes don't carry mental mental particles. Genes only carry blood chromosomes. So basically, you cannot find the percentage of which we find epilepsy hereditary is what we call biologically genetical disposition, whereby a judge of yours 3 times, let's for instance say a generation of 1965, that person had epilepsy. Now, after over 50 years, you can find someone through that same lineage with epilepsy. But it's not like father to to child or mother to child. That is totally very
like my last question is was it on Monday we had the
International Epilepsy Day.
It was International Epilepsy Day.
Yes.
Like you told me you're the head of some organization.
Yes.
What have you done like to reach out to those people who have epilepsy? What have you taught them? Have you emphasized that this disease is very fatal?
Yes.
Like what's the government doing besides the free medication? Because everyone cannot access the free medication. Yeah.
Well, as an organization, we started organizing the International Epilepsy Day in Uganda last year because it wasn't actually here. Like I said, epilepsy has been so much ignored by everyone. Yeah. So last year, when I returned from Kenya, I organized the first International Epilepsy Day in Uganda. Yeah. And it happened at Zambia Sharing Hall. We had so many delegates there. And of course, that was the first time we celebrated the International Epilepsy Day. But now the second time, we always we organize a marathon every second Sunday of February. But the International Epilepsy Day is always celebrated on every second Monday. But people cannot run on Monday, they have work to do. We only have to get them together on Sunday. We run. After running, we talk about the condition, we share information, and then they find a way of displacing it to other people. Okay. So as an organization, we've done very many things. We approach different entities of areas. For instance, our 2021 plan is we have camps in Jinja that are meant to sensitize on epilepsy. Yeah. We were in Namuongo here in Kampala. Yeah. We were sensitizing and also giving help, basic needs and medication to people living with epilepsy.
Okay.
And we basically, the biggest motive of this organization is to teach people about epilepsy, how fatal it is, how you can get medication, how it is spread, how it is gotten, because it isn't spread, it's just gotten, and so forth and so forth.
Yeah. So before we leave, any last words?
Actually, I still have a few questions for you. I wanted to know, is there a way, let's say, there is no way I can know that I have epilepsy, yes? Okay, after going for the medication that you told us about, yes. But is there a way I can prevent myself from getting it? Okay, so do you mind sharing with us?
Okay. One, I will start with the people that use bicycles and motorcycles. You know, in so many countries out there, for instance, I've been in Kenya and Tanzania as a person, and in Rwanda, very many cyclists are given free helmets to wear to protect their heads from having any danger. In case you get an accident, your head is safer. So the first incidence is protecting your head, because that's where epilepsy occurs, in the head. Once you get an accident, you fall down, and then the head squeezes down and gets bloody clot, and then you might be able to get epilepsy. Then secondly, we have nurses that help, or midwives that help mothers give birth. Most kids get epilepsy through birth. Once the head is squeezed so much when the baby is getting out, then it can lead to epilepsy in any way or the other.
All right.
Then some other way of preventing yourself from having epilepsy is to control your alcohol intake and your pork intake, because all this is unavoidable to those who are taking them. Yeah. But you have to control yourself, because once you use them excessively, you might end up getting epilepsy.
All right.
Yes.
So like before we leave the topic, like how can people access you in case someone has a child who has epilepsy? How can they get you? Where can they?
Well, my organization is available here in Kampala. We stage at a place called Peace Embassy, opposite Nagasri Primary School. And we also have headquarters in Gomba district. That is where the organization actually started from, in Gomba district. So they can reach us on these contacts if they want to get anything from us. It is 0703 1035 and 0759 29 50 77 and 0780 289 174. You can reach us at those contacts and you can get quick help regards anything.
Yeah, that has been Diamond for you, Susha. Before we do the song, you said you hate Diamond because he has mouth women.
That's what I dislike about him. I don't hate him. Actually, I have no reason to hate him, but I love his songs.
You love his songs, especially which song?
This current one, wow.
Susha.
Nah, the other one with coffee.
Anyway, for our number 4, the song is The Key, coming in from Thames. The violent lady, Manange. That lady. Remember the saga that happened when he came to Uganda and she was arrested?
Oh, okay, so that was her.
That was Thames for
okay.
you. She went on her Twitter platform, now, responsible. You know, ladies, you have that anger.
No, actually, even if it were you, I think you would still do that.
But
same.
Omele did
You would feel frustrated.
Yeah, I feel frustrated, but I can't use those words that she used.
That's her.
Anyway, she's still producing some very beautiful songs. Let's have the song as our number 4. That is The Key, Thames, baby. Yes, that has been Thames, the beautiful lady, but violent. Yeah, stagger like that.
Okay. But you're not so certain whether she's violent.
I judged her from her. What day? Anyway, for our number 3, the song is Good Night, coming from Lydia Jasmine and Rickman.
Oh, actually, yeah, I know that.
You know that?
Yes.
What do you love about that song? The fashion, the singing, the setups?
Nothing, but I know the song.
You know the song, but you hate it?
I don't hate it.
Because everyone loves the song.
I don't have any opinion about it.
The reason why I love this song, like, Lydia Jasmine brought out the sense of fashion. Rickman got a new style, like, we are used to him rapping, vichi, but this time was so romantic.
Oh, by the way, yeah, that is something that I was actually also keen about. I was so shocked. I expected things like, you know, those funny lines, but Bambi, he had some love.
Even the fashion sense where he put on just the coat, then the bare chest, can we do that also? Like I come for your wedding and I call coat with my bare chest.
We can put it in the back.
All right. Yeah. Let's have the song as our number 3 will be coming up with our number 2. Yeah, that has been our number 3. And for our number 2, this trending song. Do you know this song called Sukali?
Sukali.
Yeah, this challenge where people do like this, then they Sukali. I don't know how to
okay. Yeah.
Have you tried to do that?
Not
challenge?
really.
Why?
I don't know, but I'm not so good at doing challenges. They all come and go without me trying any out.
You should try one sometimes.
When you I'll think about it.
Because someone out there is like, I wish she does that challenge, you know?
Are you sure?
You promise them.
I'm not. I just don't like promising.
Okay, let's have Sukari as our number 2. Be coming up with a bonus track and now Sukari for you, sweet sugar, Zuchu. Is she from Tanzania, Kenya?
Sweet sugar. Are you also sweet like sugar?
Me? Hey. I'm sweet like glucose. What's sweeter than glucose?
Is there anything even sweeter than sugar?
Glucose.
Glucose.
Yeah.
But I think they're the same. But
okay.
I don't know.
Anyway, for our bonus track is This Is Love from The Bane and the queen of beauty, Rema Namakura.
She's the queen of beauty.
Wait,
I don't know.
among the Ugandan celebrities, who's better than her?
I don't want to mention names.
Who's better than her?
But anyway, beauty lies in the hands of the beholder, right?
Yeah, but she has many beholders.
She's okay. It's fine, but she's beautiful.
She's
true.
Beautiful. You know that song?
Oh yes, I do.
You know it?
Yeah.
Since Valentine is tomorrow, I would like you to dedicate that song to someone.
Valentine's tomorrow?
Yeah, today is Saturday, tomorrow is a Sunday, 14th February. You don't have a date?
You know, I just don't want to talk about Valentine.
First, dedicate that song to someone. Let's have the bonus track will be coming up with our number one. Bonus track, though she has refused to dedicate the song to someone. Eh?
So
I know
happy.
there is someone. Eh?
Yeah, there is someone.
You're
'cause-
happy?
Yeah.
Okay. And for our number one, the song is Prisoner, coming in from Miley Cyrus and Dua Lipa. Prisoners.
I love Miley Cyrus. Eh?
Why do you love her?
Because of a certain song that she sang. I love it when I look at you. Yeah.
When you look at me, eh?
No,
Guys, when she looks at me. No, so.
when I look at him, but yeah.
Hey, I thought me.
Never mind.
Let's have the number one be coming up with the top 3 movie picks and one game. Yeah. That has been the top 5 Ziki for you guys. And remember, this is Your Love has been a bonus track, and she has just dedicated it to her hubby. Man, you're lucky. I don't have a Valentine's Day.
Yeah, he is lucky.
Yeah, he's so lucky.
You don't have?
I don't have. I'm going to just stay in my bed, watch movies.
So you're the haters. You're the people going to spread hate. Eh?
And for those who are going to stay in bed, I have some movies for you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do some 2 best movies from our picks and 1 video game. And the movie making our number 3, that is Ghostbusters. Have you watched that movie before, like the part 1 of Ghostbusters?
Not yet.
Yeah, this one is Ghostbusters Afterlife. Like,
I'll try to check it out.
have you watched these Nigerian movies where they come and like mizimu, they, you know?
Yes.
So
yeah.
so it's like the same. Now when they bust them, they send them back to hell.
Okay.
But using technology, advanced weapons, you know, like it's you know I have a lot of theories. Eh?
I'm actually shocked
Because
that
I was told that ghosts exist in a state called plasma.
they.
Yeah, there's a state called plasma.
And there are so many. Like that's
Yeah.
their state. Eh?
Yeah, that's their state. So the movie is basing on that they can capture plasma using such stuff. So that's the
Okay.
movie. Anyway, let's have the trailer. Will be coming up with our number 2. Yeah, that has been Ghostbusters for you. For those guys who are lonely tomorrow, we shall watch the movie together. Hey.
But I think even if you're a couple, you can still get yourself that same movie and watch it together.
How to capture ghosts on your
Yes.
Valentine's Day.
Come on, it feels good,
But
you
nah.
know, watching something creepy and you can hold on to him and you're like, oh.
Sabula. Anyway, for our number 2, have you watched King Kong
Oh,
in your
yes.
childhood? Eh?
Oh, yeah.
You have ever? What about, do you know Godzilla?
Yes.
You know.
That huge thing.
Uh-huh.
You know,
So this movie is Kong versus Godzilla.
But will those guys ever stop fighting? I mean, the Godzilla itself. Will it ever stop? 'Cause-
No, those guys, like the Godzilla, what's trying to do is protect humankind.
Okay,
That's
but
yeah, from those monsters and what. And even Kong himself is trying to protect mankind. But the thing is, there's what we call territory.
Yes, I know.
Territory.
Domination.
Yeah, domination.
Exactly.
So it's a fight between Kong and Godzilla. Like, it's going to be an
I'm
epic
wondering
movie.
But
Eh?
Godzilla is huge. Like, I
Yeah,
think
Kong knows how to give fists. Remember, it's like a man. He starts.
Godzilla can eat you up.
Yeah, Godzilla has some superpowers. Why he gets them from this nuclear stuff?
Most probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what are your expectations in this movie?
King Kong versus Godzilla, or Godzilla versus King Kong.
Yeah.
I really don't know, but I think it will be nice.
Okay, let's
yeah,
bet.
'cause
Let's bet. If Kong versus Godzilla, who do you think is going to win? If it's in the ring, 1-on-1.
It's definitely Godzilla. We've always been, and by the way, now listen to this. You know, Godzilla's skin.
Yeah.
You know, it's rough. It's too rough. So if King Kong happens to, let's say, punch Godzilla, it's King Kong who is going to get affected instead.
Do you know-
And Godzilla, I think he has some fire that he puts out.
What you know-
He can easily burn you.
You know,
a lot of
you know those guys. King Kong has some secrets. Go hey.
some secrets.
Hey,
What
let's
secrets?
let's watch the trailer. Let's watch the trailer. You should watch the movie. Let's watch the trailer
Okay.
becoming with our number 1 game for the pick.
Alright.
In Godzilla versus King Kong, man, I can't wait to watch this movie, and I still side with King Kong. Anyway,
Okay,
for
you just-
for our number 1 is for the video game lovers. Do you love video games? Or do you-
No.
You don't.
I don't.
Most
love
ladies
it.
don't love video games. Why?
I don't. I actually can't play it. But
Mm.
there is a game that my brothers used to play. It was Need for Speed. Yeah, they used to play that game. So
Yeah.
when the movie came out,
Yeah.
jeez, I
They-
couldn't wait to watch, and it was so
Epic.
nice.
And for our game, it's still Need for Speed. But for
Okay.
this Need for Speed, it's called Need for Speed Rivals. You know what rivals mean?
Of course, enemies.
Enemies. So these people in the Need for Speed, they are rivals, they are drivers. So you know what that means? Doing the
Definitely.
same business, but
Crashing.
you're rivals. So basically, that's the gameplay. It's like more advanced cars. Like the graphics is advanced. You should try out this game, by the way.
No, I think I will prefer.
You should. On Valentine, you should
I'll prefer watching. It's okay.
Yes, it still has a game version. They haven't made a movie for it. But for those who are game lovers, you can get it on PS4, PS5, and Xbox 360. It also has a mobile version, though with a bigger space. Anyway, let's have the gameplay. We'll be coming out to sign out from Fresh and Clean.
The things I've done. A better person would feel bad. Me? Got no apologies. No excuses. No regrets. No remorse. I've made my choices. Now you make yours.
Well, we have come to the end of the show and the beautiful episode where we talked about epilepsy, where we had the top 5, where we had the movies, and the beautiful new face, man. Those people have just joined us right now. You have missed a lot. Eh? First tell them again your name. These guys should know.
My name is Jane Mary, like I said earlier, and we talked about epilepsy. We had a doctor with us who gave us more details about epilepsy, what you actually need to know, what you should avoid doing. Yeah. And pork lovers, you should stop eating pork.
By the way, there was a quote where, like, pork lovers, you should not stop eating pork, should stop
regulate, right?
And those guys who are consuming alcohol.
My feelings were hurt.
Bambi. Anyway, like, any last words to all the fashion sense people? Into fashion.
Fashion sense. Am I into fashion? I have no idea, but
yeah.
Fashion sense, guys, I think. Keep on doing what you do.
Yeah, for my advice to all the ladies, wear the right makeup. And a big shout outs to DJ Scooper, Happy Zuma producer, Mose, our biggest producer, man. This guy does a lot.
The right makeup. How is my makeup?
Your makeup is fine. It's
okay,
fine.
let's proceed.
You find someone very dark, but the neck is brown and the face, but the fingers are too dark.
Let's sign out.
Yeah, you can always catch us live on U24 TV. That's on GoTV, free to air. And for those who can't access TV and you're like, I use my phone, you can get us on Airtel TV, Your TV app, and my social media handles, it's MCMA on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And for those who want to be hosted on Fresh and Clean, you can always go to our Instagram page, that is Fresh and Clean. Inbox us and tell us why you should be hosted on our show. Your social media handles.
And my social media handles, it's January230 on Facebook and January230 on Twitter, January230 on Instagram.
Yeah, we sign out. Till next time, Saturday, 11 a.m. Bye-bye.